Hi friends, it's Miss Amanda from Cardiff Busy Bee Preschool. You may wonder why I'm dressed up like this. It's because today I am Michael Recycle, superhero. Do. And I'm going to read Michael Recycle and talk about recycling. All right, we'll start with the book and then we'll talk about it. It is written by Ellie Bethel and it's illustrated by Alexandra Colombo. That's a cool name. And published by Koala books. That's the front cover. All right, here we go. There once was a town that was really quite grimy, where rubbish was left to go rotten and slimy. Ooh. It never smelled fresh and the air was all hazy. The people were wasteful and useless and lazy. Not very good, look. They're tipping their rubbish out from the roof. It's probably going everywhere. Oh, rubbish there. There's a cat asleep. What's happening here? Oh, they're just being lazy. There's paper, more rubbish. Okay. But then something happened that none could explain. It wasn't a bird and it wasn't a plane. A green caped crusader stupendously swooped, descending to earth with a great loop-the-loop. Here he comes. There's the town. There's all the rubbish. And here he comes. Who could it be? He bounced off the earth with a thump and a bump and came to a stop on a big rubbish dump. I'm Michael Recycle for all that I'm worth. I'm green and I'm keen to save planet Earth. I think that's a good idea. There he is, talking to everybody. There's rubbish and everyone's being lazy. He's yawning. He just doesn't care. And he's got a colander on his head. That's for pasta or rice. Okay. You must stop this now. You've got to act soon. There are towers of trash that reach up to the moon. Now pass on this message. Get yourself heard. Wasting is rubbish. Recycling's the word. There he is. He's saying you need to recycle and stop throwing your rubbish out. Because what happens when you recycle? You help save the planet. Then crushing a can, he gave them a wink. What's he going to do? And vanished from sight before they could blink. With whispers of wonder, they turned to each other, and sister told brother, while dad said to mother, a clean and green town would be so nice to see. The boys got a point. Just how hard can it be? So they're thinking about it. They're thinking it might be nice to have a clean town. Let's see if they do anything. I'll get my page. Hang on. They recycled their paper, their cans and their plastic, transforming old junk into something fantastic. Here they are. They're recycling. They're reusing things. They're using old string, wrapping things. They've got their paper and bottles that they can reuse. Oh, he's made a hose and he's using an old tray and he's planted some tomatoes. They even began a Be Greener campaign where they grew their own food and collected the rain. So that, look, it's raining. They're saving the water. It's going into a hose and then he's using that to water the garden. That's a really good idea. You could do that when it rains and put some buckets out and save the water and then use the water later on when it's sunny to water the plants. It's a good idea. So proud was the town of their green transformation, they threw a big party, a grand celebration. They covered the town using green toilet paper, but carefully rolled it back up to use later. There they are, with their green toilet paper, having a party because their town is nice and clean. When Michael flew back in to visit the town, he didn't get angry, dejected, or down. The people did everything they had been told. The streets were a wonderful sight to behold. Look at our town! It gleams and it glitters. Now nothing is wasted and nobody litters. There they are. Excuse me, having a party. And Michael Recycle looks pretty happy. To Michael Recycle, the green-caped crusader, our super green hero, our planet's new saviour. They are very excited. They've made a statue in his honour out of a garbage bin, a colander, a bottle top, I'm not sure what they are, and some cans. Oh, and they've got their toilet paper, but they better roll it back up because they need it. There's a shortage. But Michael Recycle was nowhere around. He'd already gone on to save the next town. So if you should see a dark green silhouette that streaks through the skies like a super fast jet, just give him a wave as you shout out his name. They're looking. Can't see him. Shout out its name. What is his name? Do you remember? It is Michael Recycle. Recycling again. There's the town. And there he goes to save the world. The end. So the things that you can recycle are plastic, paper, cans. You use, well, when we go to the shops, we're not using plastic bags, we're using cloth bags so we can reuse them. And instead of going in the car to preschool, if you live close by, you could walk. That helps the environment as well. Now, if you've got recycling at home, you don't have to throw it straight out. You could reuse it. So I've made a costume out of some of my old cereal boxes and cake boxes and coffee boxes. I've got my colander as a hat. Now, if I was going to throw this out, I've got hat head or colander head, you wouldn't need to necessarily throw it out. You could put some soil in that, plant some seeds and have it in your garden and grow some plants out of it. So I've used this. I've reused an old candle holder and I planted some little succulents in there. And so they're growing. So instead of throwing it out, I'm reusing it for something else. So that's something you can do. And with your boxes, you can make other things. So you can use the ends of boxes to make bookmarks. You cut them out and then you can decorate them. So last year, the Koalas and I, my group, the Koalas, we were making bookmarks to help save the Tasmanian devils. So we used the recycling cardboard, we decorated pictures, or we decorated it with pictures of Australian animals and put Tasmanian devil on. We had Save Our Devils and then we laminated it. And there you go, we had a bookmark. So you could do something similar. If you don't have a laminator, you could put some contact on it or just decorate it with pictures. Mother's Day's coming up, so you might want to make Mum a bookmark if she likes to read. Everyone should be reading. Lots of fun. Or I've got some old containers, and I use mine. I put a label on them, and I put my tea in there. So that's a way to save containers. You can use them actually. You can put some toys or bark or something in there and make a shaker. Make musical instruments. You can use old jars, see, and use them to put pens and pencils in, paintbrushes, decorate the label, redo the label. You can use other jars to make food, and you put the food in the jar, like jams and things, but I mean, obviously do that with your parents. What else? You can keep your cereal boxes. You can make towers and things with them. You can decorate them, cut them out, and you've got some cardboard, so you can do some drawing. Also, you can, I've got this my cat box. So I take the lid off, put a hole in each side, and put some string or ribbon over, and I can make a handbag. There's all sorts of things you can do with recycling. So instead of throwing things out straight away, think, can I reuse this, or can I use it? Yeah, can I use it for something? What could I make with this? So have a think and see. You might have a lot of ideas. You might have more ideas than me. Or you could save your recycling and take it to preschool and use it for craft. So if you have any good recycling, yeah, take it in. I'm sure Miss Alana would love that. And you can do some painting, and yeah, you might have some ideas. And I'll take the book back to preschool, and you can read that or listen to this story online. Okay, so this is Miss Amanda, or Michael Recycle, flying off to save the planet. Do-do-do. Bye. Whoosh.